We got Mike Krzyzewski, but the NBA as we know it just changed. Game 6 2023, what happened here? What? Oh, this play. When it inbound to Smart, all people on the floor want inbound Smart. I'll be inbound an old man before I'll inbound a Smart. And ain't no one got the inbounder. That's the most dangerous guy on the court. Like I said in my video, reaction video to this. They deserve to lose this game.
Be more aggressive.
Miami can't beat them. They're not good enough.
Brown needs to learn how to dribble with his left hand. And not with his right. Now the 7th grade buddy learn how to dribble with both hands.
The Larry Bird Trophy, Jimmy Butler.
Alonzo Mourning.
Martin's emergence meant for you?
Everything. We like it the hard way. We never want it easy.
After losing games 4, 5, and 6, it appeared that Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat were through. Only instead, we had yet again another historic no-show Game 7 by the Boston Celtics.
What did this man say? Another?
Historic no-show. Only instead, we had yet again another.
He said yet again. He said the Celtics. Oh, he said yet again.
Historic no-show
yet again ain't no
by the Boston Celtics, which many people are blaming on Jason Tatum's ankle.
Did they win a game on their home floor?
What happened is that Jimmy Butler stepped.
No, you let your home crowd down like that? See, like me, I was on the Celtics. We're winning this game. We're not getting eliminated in front of our home crowd. Never. I don't care what happens. We're not getting eliminated in front of our home crowd. I would have got eliminated back in Miami.
Jimmy Butler had
they don't have enough pride. That's their problem.
22.9 points, 5.9 rebounds, and 5.3 assists per game, on the way to being named for the first time ever second team.
The score looking like that with a ball on my way.
33.
I would let the comeback myself.
Top 10 in the NBA.
Being a ball.
At this point in time, it is clear that a 33-year-old Jimmy Butler is chasing something far greater. The greatest individual run to a championship in NBA history. Because seriously, when it comes to the greatest individual run in playoff history, in terms of the difference in how you play in the regular season versus the playoffs, who has had the best run of all time? And if Jimmy Butler continues to play at this level, where is he going to rank on that list? Is he actually having the greatest playoff run we've ever seen? So what's up,
this is gonna be like the Dirk ring. No one expected them to win.
Dirk Nowitzki battled through LeBron James in the Big Three Miami Heat, and many consider this to be the greatest individual one-man playoff run we have ever seen. During that run, seemingly, Dirk tapped into a level that we had never seen him play at before, and on the stat sheet, he averaged 4.7 more points per game, and amazingly, what Jimmy Butler has been doing has been statistically better. In this year's 2023 regular season, Jimmy averaged 22.9 points per game, and in the playoffs now, Jimmy is averaging 28.5 points per game, 5.6 more. But the question still remains, who has had the best raise your game?
That's how you know he's a player. Play numbers go up in the playoffs, not down or stay the same. They're supposed to go up in the playoffs.
Playoff run ever.
How you know they're supposed to be here?
2011, Dirk Nowitzki was just like Jimmy Butler. Dirk in 2011 was second team All-NBA. He averaged 23 points, 7 rebounds, and 2.3 assists per game. And then in the playoffs, he caught fire. The story of 2011 quickly.
That's what the playoffs all about. Raise your game to the next level. You don't do that, you're gonna get eliminated. Simple as that. Whoop-de-doo.
The white hot Dirk Nowitzki take down the Big Three Heatles, who, by the way, had guaranteed something like 7 straight championships just the summer before.
Only got 2.
2011 playoffs, it was Dirk Nowitzki who averaged 27.7 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 2.5 assists per game. As just like Jimmy Butler, Dirk Nowitzki was surrounded by role players who stepped up. However, it can certainly be argued that Dirk Nowitzki had a better supporting cast. But before we continue, guys, I am very excited to thank Pristine Auction for sponsoring today's video. Video. And with all that said, let's get back into the video. On the Miami Heat side, Tyler Hero was the 2022 6th man of the year, and this season averaged 20 points per game.
And he's hurt.
He's sitting on the bench. The Mavericks, meanwhile, had the veteran.
He's probably gonna come back in the finals though. If they make it to the finals, everyone's like, yeah, if they make it, they ain't gonna make it to the finals. Here they are.
For Jason Kidd, as well as Tyson Chandler this season.
Ain't no regular AC, man. They were the #1 seed last year. I should have told them that wasn't no regular AC. Because they were the #1 seed last year, I believe. So how you go from #1 to #8 and you got the same players on the team? No, but they not really an AC. They're just imposters.
Defensive player.
He took off that mask. They ready to number one seed. That's how it is.
Jason Terry, but they also had Sean Marion and JJ Barea certainly came up huge. Meanwhile,
remember JJ Barea?
Side, Jimmy Butler has averaged
short ass dude. Yeah, short ass.
5.7 assists per game, while also contributing 2.1 steals a night. Better numbers.
He was fast though.
In the playoffs, and despite the losses,
he was like a Mexican Tony Parker.
Despite the loss of momentum in Jimmy Butler's run, we have to remember what Jimmy Butler is doing is truly historic right now. There is a reason.
Or Puerto Rican, right? Or Mexican.
Drafted when it comes
He's
to
one of
these
them.
Miami players. The names I mentioned before, Jason Kidd, Jason Terry, Tyson Chandler, those are established NBA vets. Caleb Martin and Gabe Vincent, Max Strus. These are guys who are really stepping up out of seemingly nowhere. So personally,
Martin, bro, he deserved MVP. He couldn't miss.
Is able to close this out. He is, in my opinion, on pace to have a better run than Dirk Nowitzki in 2011. And again, Dirk's run is known as possibly the best individual.
Yo, where's Caleb Martin's name on here? He should be on here.
Run of all time. But in terms of, again, the actual best, combing through the list of finals MVPs, just recently, we have watched as players such as Steph and Giannis were absolute monsters in the NBA finals and raised their numbers in tremendous ways. But when also looking throughout NBA history, I hit on a constant theme, and that was that a lot of players have had tremendous individual series. But when it comes to a whole playoff run that is capped by an NBA finals MVP, along with, of course, a championship, I'm sorry, Jerry West, the list of players who actually raised their game more than 3 points per game in NBA playoff history is just simply not that
He said, sorry, Jerry West, not you, buddy.
2019
He just disregarded him.
2017 Kevin Durant, 2011 Dirk, 2009 Kobe, 1995 Hakeem, 1992 Michael Jordan, and 1984 Larry Bird. With this list, we have the absolute apex of Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Kevin Durant's primes. Runs where even as 4 of the greatest players to ever play the game, these 4 were somehow able to step up even more. Kobe's 2009 run goes to me as both underappreciated as a star, and also you can take
What did he beat in 2009? Was it the Celtics? No, it was the Magic. Then the Celtics. Yeah, they went back to back. Yeah, there we go.
One of my favorite things that motivate teammates. Tao hates it every time I tell this story. Hates it. But we lost to the Celtics in 2008. And it was a physical series. I mean, they beat the crap out of us. So we go into the Olympic year that year. We played Spain in the gold medal match and we beat them. So now we come back to start training camp. And when Pau shows up, the first day of training camp, I have my gold medal hanging in
Of course he would do that. How am I surprised?
Truly loves is his country, and that is like everything to him. So it just drove him crazy. I said, "Pal, listen," and he said, "You're an." I said, "Listen, pal, you lost to the Celtics. You lost to us in the gold medal match. Let's not make this 3 in a row this year. Okay, let's win this."
How am I surprised, bro?
Since that has openly said that he is very happy with Kobe Bryant's version of tough love. And while I am almost positive that Jimmy Butler is not doing things on quite that level,
Man, beat him. They happened to be teammates. Had a gold medal hanging in his locker.
Believes in themselves so much that as an organization, flight records show that the Heat already booked flights to Denver for after Game 7, not a return trip to Miami. This is a team that certainly believes in the star.
Y'all gonna return Miami first?
This is also a team that has to give
Regroup?
a huge shout out to Caleb Martin, man. I mean, end of the day. I want to know, would you like to see a video on Caleb Martin as perhaps the best individual one series by a role player ever?
Yes.
Martin was very
Shout out to the role players. Shout out to the undrafted dudes, man.
Conference finals. We just watched.
Hey, y'all thinking who? It's proof right there.
Simple as that. So at the end of the day, as Jimmy Butler himself has said, his teammates are certainly stepping up, but they are also certainly following the leader and bringing back this list of greatest playoff risers ever. We've had solo missions before. We've had Kawhi Leonard with, of course, the Toronto Raptors. We've had Dirk Nowitzki, and we've had 1995 Hakeem, the second of the Rockets back-to-back championships, by the way. But in these 3 years, 2019 Kawhi, 2011 Dirk, 1995 Hakeem, all 3 of those players rose their games to heights that brought their cities a championship and brought their historical resumes as NBA Hall of Famers to new heights. We certainly think of Dirk Nowitzki in a much much different light than we used to. Winning a championship the way he did will do that for you. And so now really the stage is set. Jimmy Butler certainly has a chance to have the greatest individual playoff run we have ever seen. If he is able to close out the NBA Finals, there is a chance that Jimmy Butler both finishes as the top player.
You know what's the good part about NBA Finals too? I got the Heat in 7, but yo, you say if Jokic and Jimmy when they both get their first ring if they win. So it's a win-win for everyone.
In terms of
Someone's going to get their first ring. Who wants it?
Of course, in terms of pure impressiveness. However, on the flip side, right now headed into those finals, it could also be said by some that Jimmy Butler has cooled off. In the first 5 games of the playoffs against the Milwaukee Bucks, Jimmy took down the 1 seed with an incredible outburst of 37.6 points, 6 rebounds, and 4.8 assists per game. Since then, against the Knicks,
that's what I'm talking about, Jimmy.
Combined 24.4 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 6.1 assists per game. Numbers.
That's what I'm talking about, Jimmy. Improvement all around the board, not just scoring.
As the all-time.
That's what you need for. That's how you know he's a star. That's how you know. That's how you separate the stars from the superstars. What they do in the playoffs. Look, it's the numbers up, numbers up, numbers up, numbers up, numbers up.
Regular season numbers. So
how you know he's a superstar?
All-time raiser in NBA history. Jimmy is going to need to go out and seal the deal. He's going to need to win the NBA championship. He's going to need to rally the troops one more time and take down the 2-time MVP in Nikola Jokic, along with a juggernaut of a Denver Nuggets team. Will he be able to do it? At this point, I think there is one thing we should certainly know. We should never doubt Jimmy Butler. So thank you for watching. If you are still here, I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you are new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications. That way you never miss a video in the future. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much for supporting. You're awesome. We all know it. And as always, have an awesome day and cue that music. If you're still here,